there's a game for the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo called Hard Drive, and that runs at like 3 frames a second.
All right, guys, better jumping or better dashes or faster
dashes.
Movement? Not better movement. Dashes, better for
speed run.
Around 50% faster movement. Jump higher than normal, very useful in fighting Sigma. Now I'm gonna go.
The Toy Story game, you know, the Toy Story game got
for Game Boy Color.
The one for Genesis and SNES got ported to Game Boy. And that one runs at like 15 FPS, except for the inside the... What the hell is that level called? That's inside the machine.
The claw machine?
Yeah, inside the first
person level?
Not the first person level, the one right before the first person level. Where you're getting coins dropped on you. That level runs at 10 FPS on Game Boy. Because apparently the game was programmed in C, which means that instead of assembly, because like something like Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins was programmed in assembly, whereas C, if you program in C, then it has to be down converted to assembly, and there's a lot of, it's not as optimized. So it runs at a crappy frame rate for the whole game.
By the way, they reused a lot of assets for this. What's that funny concept, that funny topic you wanted to bring up?
Oh, I already talked about it. It's the fact that the person who voiced Claire Redfield came up with the Guns N' Roses.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was going to be funny.
Well, to me, it's funny because those games are... I mean, I'm interested in those Resident Evil games, and
I guess.
Allison Court has been a part of my life since I was like a baby, because I used to watch Big Comfy Couch as a kid.
I used to watch them sit on this young lady, and I felt very uncomfortable.
Actually, apparently the little doll is in a Canadian museum.
Oh, Molly.
She was the casting couch.
Oh,
Ethan, enough of the couch jokes are not funny. They're even less funny than when you edit in.
Was that a Mikey laugh or an edited laugh? I didn't know if that was real or like a button laugh from Mikey.
I guess you'll have to guess. Yeah. Ethan edited farts 8 at 20% speed.
No, that's not funny.
Kiss my penis.
Kiss my penis.
Alright, well, how much... I almost asked the question that my mom would. Alonzo, how much of this is left?
There's 2 bosses, and then he has to fight Dr. Wily.
Yeah, Mike, you weren't paying attention.
I like how you still haven't got with the program.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're kidding this time, but I feel like the last time you were like, oh, does that mean we're moving on to the Wily stages?
Oh, no, I knew it wasn't Wily, you dingus. It's mattress. We're fighting a mattress.
Yeah, not to be confused with a couch. Which we've been discussing.
Mikey, you better stop that. It's not funny.
Yeah, I know. Alright, so this level has a gimmick in it, where periodically it'll just flood with lava, or a firewall or something. Are you guys gonna say something?
Oh, yes, sorry. This area has a lot of places that can hurt you really bad, so I'm trying to, like, not get hit by everything.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
This game is harder than Ninja Gaiden 3.
This game is harder than my erected dingus. Did you guys know? Do you remember my laptop from college? The Lenovo?
The Lenovo with the touchscreen that you never used.
Yeah. That was back during the 5 minutes. It was back during the 5 minutes where laptop touchscreens were a thing. I mean, they might still be a thing.
Mine that I got in 2017 was still a touchscreen.
Well, that's the thing, is that why would anybody ever want to use that when they could use a mouse? Unless if it was like they're using a stylus to draw something.
Yeah, I think that's... I don't know, Nicole used her touchscreen all the time. And she had the same computer I did.
With the fart sniffers, yeah, but that you might remember that it had like a little analog stick thing in the keyboard, like with the little red cap. Ethan, put up a picture of it. And apparently you those little analog stick caps will actually fit on a new 3DS analog nub, the right stick. So and it's actually
a
much
new
more
3DS, the one that already has 2 of them.
Yeah, the analog stick has a circle pad and then it has an analog nub right above the face buttons, and you can replace the rubber cover of the analog nub with one of those Lenovo things, and it's actually much better.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, the analog. You mean like the camera button?
Yeah,
for your right
the
thumb?
little camera nub.
The one that has like no feedback that feels like you're not moving it at all.
Yep.
That's kind of neat. Can you replace the rumble and a drill dozer for the Game Boy Advance?
Well, I'm sure that's probably just like a little motor.
I already did it.
No, you didn't. You're lying.
Ethan, never mind. I'm not going to edit. I was going to. So by this point, I know I'm going to get pissed off in editing every time we ask me to do something, because I just want to have the video done.
It looks like Gramps is
using
this and that lava in the background.
Ignore all of Mikey's edits? Got it.
I didn't say that.
I was about to say, are they really using this stage hazard again, having to run through the lava with the
was this in another game?
I feel like it was. Or am I just completely imagining that?
There's the part in Mega Man 7 where you get chased by a T-Rex.
No, not that. I'm talking about when you have the little the armor that you have in every X game that you have to use it to
the
like
ride
walk
armor?
through.
Yeah.
Yes, or you have to walk through lava or something.
Yeah, that was in X4.
Yes.
Specifically, so like literally the last game we just played.
Okay, I assumed it must have been in 1, 2, and 3 also.
Well, 3 has that shit where like you have 3 different ride armors and you have to unlock them.
Yeah.
It also says that shit where the stages are 10 minutes long.
Well, that's all of these PlayStation era Mega Man games. They all have like really long levels for some reason.
What's your speedrun time, Alanzro?
I don't know, like maybe 2 hours.
I thought you beat it in 58 minutes once.
Yeah, that was during college. I remember this.
I think it was like an hour and 30 maybe in game.
Ethan, scroll back through the text messages and put in the picture of Alonzo beating this game in 58 minutes.
And Ethan, you have to do it within 30 minutes or less. Ethan, you have to time yourself doing it and post how long it takes.
Yeah. What's with the level thing under the boss life bar?
Edit in a fart.
As the time goes on, their level goes higher, so they have more health and they're hit a little harder.
Yeah.
So it starts off at level 23. I don't get it.
Alonso, have you ever played Final Fantasy VIII?
8? That's the one with Squall, right?
Yeah.
No, I've only watched it. I haven't played it.
Because, like, that's... apparently that game has a thing where the higher your level is, then the enemies scale with you and get even harder. So, like,
something 8 would do.
Like, it actively punishes you for leveling up the normal way. The way you're supposed to increase your stats, apparently, is, you know how RPGs have, like, the thief mechanic where you can, like, steal items from people?
Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently in 8, you use that similar mechanic to draw spells from people. Like, each enemy has, like, a set number of spells. And the spells are items that you equip to your summons who you attach to a character or something like that. So, you know how in other Final Fantasy games you have summons like Bahamut or Odin or Shiva or whatever? Like, you equip, they're called, like, Guardian Force or something, and you equip them to a character, and then you attach spells that you've drawn from enemies to the Guardian Force. And that's how you increase your stats. Which means that actually using your magic means that that's an item that you can't equip to your characters later on. So it actively punishes you against using magic.
Does it mean that the planet is dying, Cloud?
The planet's dying, Cloud. That's my impression of Phil Lamar. The voice actor who voices Hermes in Futurama, but also Jon Stewart from Justice League.
Riveting.
That's awesome, Mikey.
That's awesome. Good for you.
See,
Mikey, that's not funny. Shut up.
Now we can get the 4th armor, and then we'll just unequip first shot, and jumper, 0, blind, jumper, and...
Mikey, edit out all of your Star Trek references.
No, don't do
like
that.
Like retroactively?
Yes, retroactively delete all of your Star Trek references.
Why don't you open an Italian restaurant?
Could I have blackjack and hookers, or has that joke been done to death?
No, you can never do that too much.
Yes, just... Oh, no, I'm not going to finish that.
Oh,
Axel 3 to...
Axel the Red has, like, one of his petals is lilting. It's supposed to be like hair. Looks like there are big guns.
At least it's the last Robot Master.
Let's see, what does Mikey have in his topic list?
What happens if you spin that wheel?
I don't think you can interact with it.
Why
I do like this mechanic, because this is new for X5. This
the little grabbing thingy. It's all right. It's a new way to move around.
It's at least something, you know.
They copied that from the Flintstones. Surprise at Dinosaur Peak for the NES.
That is honestly my favorite video game title of all time. The Flintstones Surprise at Dinosaur Peak. I find it hilarious that a game with that title is like the 3rd or 4th rarest game on the NES.
As far as licensed games, it is the 2nd rarest.
It's like
stadium events being number 1.
Oh god, is that one of those winter games type shit? Stadium events?
You know what stadium events is.
No, I don't.
What's stadium events?
It's the rarest retail released NES game. That's it.
I thought it was Little Samson. Oh, retail release.
No.
Retail, sorry. Oh wait, no, isn't that the one with the package? Like it has like a pad and everything.
It was bundled with the athletic pad.
Right.
And it was rebranded later as Athletic World or Family Fun Fitness or something. But there was a very, 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 very low... Nobody knows why it's rare for sure, but people speculate. And all their speculation is wrong. It basically, the game... copies of it go for thousands of dollars now because there aren't very many, and if you want to have a complete NES set, you have to have a copy of Stadium Events. But there's probably only 1,000 or 2,000 of them out there.
Man, Pat the NES punk has one of them for sure.
Yes, he does.
Pat, that NES punk. I haven't thought about him in years.
I still listen to his podcast.
I didn't know he had a podcast.
He does.
He hasn't become an alt-right grifter, has he?
No.
That's been happening to a lot of the people from those days.
Has it happened to Mike Matei yet?
We don't know.
Could you imagine? I got canceled for showing my penis on X.com.
With lots of underage fans.
And then I tried to delete it. And then I tried to censor the Reddit when they talked about it, and then they started their own subreddit with blackjack and hookers, where all they do is complain about Jim and his wife all day.
You know, I think it's good to stay out of fan communities.
Yeah.
If they're going to be like that.
Yeah, it's kind of...